Hello fellow video game collectors, and welcome to another pickups episode. So today I want to talk about a couple of pickups that I got from some of my friends. So first I did a trade with Bill Benton, who is a fellow video game collector as well as YouTuber. I'll have a link down in the description below to where you can check out his channel as well as the video that he posted of the game that I sent to him. He is a very passionate game collector. Definitely check out his channel. So from him, I got a copy of Pokemon Red, which is complete in the box. So as I've mentioned in some of my previous episodes, I'm currently trying to get a complete loose Pokemon collection. I would love to get all of them complete, but like my Nintendo 64 collection, it's just way too expensive to try and get everything in the box with the manual. I will, however, try and pick up a complete copy if I can get it for a good deal or if I can trade for it. Now, I actually grew up playing Pokemon Blue, not Red, but like most of my games from my childhood collection, I threw away the cardboard box. I really wish that I could go back in time and prevent myself from discarding, so many of the Super Nintendo and Game Boy boxes, but at least with Pokemon Blue, I did keep the manual. So this is actually my first complete in the box Game Boy Pokemon game. I'm really excited to finally have one of the original games complete in the box now. So the only other games in the series that I have that are complete are the DS and 3DS games, although I still need to find copies of Ruby, Sapphire, and Soul Silver. Bill was also kind enough to throw in a bonus item into my package that he sent me. He gave me this 8-bit Super Mario sticky art note kit, so I'll definitely be putting these up somewhere on one of my walls. Thanks again so much, Bill, for your trade with me, and if you haven't checked out his channel before, then definitely go watch some of his videos. Then I also got another package of games from my friend Chris, who's been mentioned in a previous episode or two of mine before. He is trimming down his collection, so he sent some of his games my way for a pretty good price. Overall, I only paid $43 for all of these games I'm going to show you, including the shipping fees since he doesn't live close to me. The first game that I got from Chris was a copy of Hitman Absolution. So this is yet another series of games that I have never played before, but I have heard that they're all pretty good. This one in particular is the 5th game in the series. So Hitman is a stealth game about assassinating people as, none other than a hitman, of course. But it's a sandbox-like game as there are just a number of different ways that you can approach and kill your targets. There's definitely lots of replayability in this game as there are just various options and ways that you can murder people. It's also backwards compatible in the Xbox One as of February, so I'll definitely be playing this one on my Xbox One soon for sure. So the next game I got was for the Wii U, and that's a copy of Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. So the last Batman game that I played was Arkham Asylum on the Xbox 360, which I really enjoyed. I've been trying to get back into the series though, as I'm quite a few games behind. There's been at least 3 that have come out since Asylum. And Arkham City is technically a direct sequel to Arkham Asylum, so it is definitely recommended that you play Asylum before you play City. Now, as for this version on the Wii U, it contains all of the previously released DLC content, plus a new Battled Armor Tech mode, which makes your bat suit really powerful. I think it can take more hits and deal more damage. And of course, it also adds Wii U gamepad support. So the game itself is an open world city full of all kinds of Batman villains that you're probably familiar with. There's a lot of side quests and missions for you to complete in the game, and parts of the city open up in a Metroid-like manner as you gain more gadgets throughout the game. If for some reason you've never played Arkham City before, or maybe you only have a Wii U, then this is actually a pretty good game to pick up and play. But the exclusive content for it really isn't that much, so feel free to pick it up on any other console as well. Then for the PlayStation 3, I got a copy of Darksiders. So this is a beat 'em up game that takes a lot of inspiration from games like God of War and Zelda. So it takes place in an end of world setting where you are playing as War, one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. The combat in the game is pretty similar to God of War, plus it has these puzzle dungeons which feel a lot like Zelda, with finding various tools and weapons like bombs, boomerangs, and hook shots in order to get through them. Overall, it is a lot of fun and is a pretty decent game despite it borrowing a lot of gameplay mechanics from these other games. It's worth checking out for sure. Then the next game that I got from Chris was a copy of Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, which is still a sealed copy of the game. So this is actually the last Castlevania DS game that I needed for my collection. Somehow I completely missed out on picking up this game when it first released. If you're a fan of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, then definitely check out this game, as well as the other Game Boy Advance games or the other two Castlevania DS games. All of these Castlevania games are really good, and I really recommend that you get them all. However, unfortunately, this right here, Order of Ecclesia, is probably going to be the last 2D Castlevania game that we will ever see. Thankfully though, it is one of the best games in the series. Like the rest of the games, it is RPG based, where you level up and get more powerful by killing enemies or finding weapons and items and armor. The new thing in this game are what they call glyphs, of which there are over 100 for you to find and collect. So these glyphs, they allow you to perform special powers or skills in the game. Overall though, it's a very streamlined Castlevania game. Definitely pick it up if you can find a copy of it. So then for the 3DS, I got a copy of Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy Plus. So this is a re-release of the original Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy game, which came out about 6 years ago. This Plus version adds new support for the new 3DS. The graphics are a little bit better, plus it has amiibo support. If you're not familiar with the series, Ace Combat is a jet fighter game. You fly around and you shoot down enemies by dogfighting them in the sky. The game also has real-life physics with the jets. It's not as an arcadey of a shooter as, say, Star Fox. Also, Assault Horizon Legacy is a remake of Ace Combat 2, which was originally released for the PlayStation 1. If you're a fan of the Ace Combat series, or you want to play a game where you dogfight in jets on the go, then this is the game for you. Then the last game that I got from Chris was actually a free bonus game that he decided to toss into the package, and that was a copy of Fight Night Round 4. I'm glad he decided to toss this in, as I already had the game as a loose disc copy, but now I'm glad to have it complete. There's not a whole lot to say here other than it is a traditional boxing game, but it does look and play great. The level of detail in this game is pretty cool, especially when you see the punches hit players. It's definitely worth checking out if you like boxing. And that's everything that I got to show for today. I just want to say thank you so much to Bill Benton and Chris for trading their games with me. I'm sure we'll do some more of it in the future. So as always guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, as that always helps me out. Leave a comment down below if you want to talk about any of the games that I showed you today. And if you're new to the channel, then be sure to subscribe. And remember, you gotta get the power up to beat the game. So if you want to see what I got him, I'll have a link down into this. So now, as for this version on the Wii U, who is one of the 4 horsemen of the and is a pretty decent game. Pretty. Okay, we're gonna get this. Then the next game that I got from Chris was a copy of Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, which is a complete and sealed game, which is still a sealed game, which is still a sealed copy. Also, Assault Horizon Legacy is a remake of Ace Combat 2, which was originally released for the PlayStation 2, and that fell. And that was a copy of Fight Night. And I also just want to say congratulations to the University of North Carolina Tar Heels for winning the 2017 NCAA tournament title.